Hey guys, it's Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, and today's review is of the Discover Adapt 30, a voice-over IP headset that boasts that it is the world's only modular wireless headset for business. But before we hop into this review, a little bit of a backstory of this thing and why we're actually going to review this. So the Discover Adapt 30 was actually sent to me for review by the boys and girls over at Headset Advisor. And here's a bit of the funny backstory that I mentioned in regards to this headset. So I was using a, pretty decent noise canceling headset for my video meetings and things like that on my actual laptop. Great headset, had no problems with it. But in the previous week, my wife's earphones that she had actually broke. She had just some regular old earphones that you use, that you plug into like your cell phone to listen to iTunes or music or something like that. And it broke, and she came in my office and she said, "Hey, I need a new headset." And I thought, well, I get headsets sent to me all the time for, review purposes. And I told her, I said, "Look, this isn't going to be your typical headset for listening to music on. I'm going to give you something that's a fairly high-end headset that you can listen to music with, but you can also do video meetings and conferences and things like that with it." And so she took the one that I was using, and so the journey began for me to find a replacement headset for my uses. Enter the Discover Adapt 30. So basically, this boasts that it is the world's most modular headset for business, but it is also wireless. The funny thing is before my wife's headset broke and I gave her the one that I was using, I was thinking, my headset that's on my phone is wireless, so why not go wireless for my headset that is on my laptop that I use for like virtual meetings and to listen to music and things like that. So I started digging through some of the boxes that I had, specifically the one that I got sent from Headset Advisor, which had like about a dozen headsets in it. And I came across this bad boy, and I gotta say, I was impressed with what I saw at a glance. So let's hop into the review. I'm gonna do an in-depth review of my first impressions. I have not used this yet, but I'll tell you guys why I think I'm gonna use it for my setup and why you may wanna use it for yours if some of your voice-over IP preferences or video conferencing preferences are similar to that of mine. And as always, before we jump too far into this review, big thanks to Headset Advisor for sending this over for us to review. For those of you who may or may not know, Discover Headsets is Headset Advisor's basically their brand. So anything that you see that says Discover, it comes from them. It's their, I guess you could call it, patented brand. So thank you again to them for sending this over. And below this video in the description or on our blog, I will also have a link directly to this headset on Headset Advisor's website so that you can learn more about this headset and also see the pricing. So again, here we have the Discover Adapt 30. Again, it boasts that it is the world's only modular wireless headset for business. In a minute, I'm going to show you guys what that is, but I'm going to read an excerpt here from the back of the box. The Discover Adapt 30 unique design allows you to seamlessly switch between monaural and binaural headsets even during a live call. Both headsets included. Future-proof with the patented modular system, you can easily add either Bluetooth or USB cartridges to adapt to your growing needs. 3-year advanced replacement warranty so you can be confident your headset is protected and will always be working. So back to the mystery of why I decided I think I'm going to use this headset once we unbox and see this thing, because I have not yet unboxed it. For those of you who've seen some of my previous videos that I do on headset reviews from other manufacturers and brands, if you look down here, you can see what they're talking about in regards to the monaural and the binaural headsets. Obviously, the mono, for one, is this one here, and then the bino is here for 2. Now, in previous videos, I've stated that I prefer headsets that have dual ear, but actually, I've found for video conferences and meetings and things like that, I do prefer the dual ear on my computer. That way I can listen to music, I can hear, I can block out more noise if I'm doing a web conference, especially if my kids are in another room, and I can hear more clearly what people are saying. But for phone calls, I found that I actually like the single ear more. So this for me is almost like huge icing on the cake to be able to switch back and forth between the two. And then last but not least, this thing supports Bluetooth and USB for wireless. It's got a wireless USB adapter as well as has Bluetooth support, which means pick your poison. You know, some people may have a tablet or something like that that obviously wouldn't have a USB port, but you could still connect the headset with Bluetooth. And some people, like my laptop, have both options. My laptop has USB as well as Bluetooth. So this is a very, very flexible headset. So what do you guys say we see what's inside of this box? All right, so we got in here a, let's see, I guess these guys are trying to save paper. It says download your manual online here versus having a paper manual. I guess can't really knock that. Looks like you got here a quick cheat sheet manual here that shows you how to do certain things like connect the different earphones and connect to your phone or laptop or whatever it is that you may have. Looks like there's also a thing back here that talks about different accessories that you can get. But you guys want to see the headset. We're not here to look at manuals, but I do think that's pretty cool that they're like, hey, we're not gonna waste trees anymore. If you need the manual, it's online, because usually those can be kind of long. All right, getting down to the meat of what's actually inside of this box. It looks like we have, as described and advertised, let's back this up a bit. It looks like you actually do have the, you know, double ear thing here, but it looks like you've also got the part. This looks like it connects to that, so that's your mic there for your video calls and things like that. And it looks like this would actually connect here somehow, some way. Don't worry, I'm going to assemble this all so we can see it. But I see now that this is definitely modular. So the way it actually works, if I'm understanding this correctly, is you have two sets. You've got one that's for your dual ear, and you've got one that's for your single ear. That's exactly how this works. So basically, as you can see, the chassis here are more or less the same, except one is single ear, one is dual ear. And the thing that makes them different, which is why it says you can do it during a call, is because this is your microphone. Let's go ahead and actually take that out of the bag for you guys. So if I'm understanding this correctly, this is actually the active piece of this assembly or of this electronic part. This is the part that probably connects via Bluetooth, USB wireless, all that kind of stuff, and has your, looks like it has your volume control on it as well, as it would seem. And the way that I understand this is that this is your active piece that is active during a call to mainly listen, to speak, to hear, and to transmit sound. And then you have your two separate headset types, one for single ear here, and then one for dual ear there. And it looks like all you simply do is in call or in conference, you can quite literally, let's see if we can get this right without breaking it. You can quite literally, oh boy, how does this work? I don't want to break it, but it looks like it somehow, some way, it's grooved, and it looks like you can actually get that to pop in there. So that would be the part that actually pops in here during your active call, and I guess it would do the same thing here as well. I'm going to go ahead and assemble it for you guys. We're going to do it on the mono ear to make things easier, and then we'll go from there. Yep, it was exactly as I expected. I just kind of pushed on it gently. It did take a tiny bit of force, but nothing major. I was real careful with it to make sure I didn't break it or anything. And it just kind of popped in just like that, like you see. So that's basically how this works. This part is the active piece. It looks like it's even still got a little bit of battery charge on it because this keeps blinking blue every now and again. So that's basically your active piece. And so there's your headset. I saw somewhere on here, let's see if we can find it, because this is wireless. I was wondering how you charge it. You guys see that? Let's move this out of the way. It looks like that uses mini USB right there for you to actually charge it. So it's got a battery inside of it. What the battery life is on it, I'm not sure, but maybe we'll find that before we wrap up this review. Some other accessories in the box I wanted to jump into before we hop into I actually put this thing on my head and show you guys what it looks like and give you my first impressions. I've got this giant power brick in here. I'm not actually sure what that goes to. I think that may charge. Oh, that powers the base, but we'll get into that in a little bit. So this is your base charger because this thing does have a cradle base. This looks like an RJ9 cable, which would be used to connect the base to an actual IP phone. So like if you wanted to use this with, like a Polycom or Cisco or Yealink, IP phone or something like that. So now you know you can. So last but not least, here's the actual cradle for the Discover Adapt 30. It looks like this is one of those cradles, and these are actually kind of cool, you guys. It looks like these are one of those cradles, if you hook it up just right with the accessories that are in here, you can switch back and forth between your computer and actual phone, like desk phone or cell phone. You hook it up in a certain way and pair it in a certain way to where if you're like, oh, I want to use my headset with my laptop for a video meeting, you just click this. And then, oh, I want to use my headset with my IP phone or my cell phone that's already pre-configured, you just click that. So I actually use a wireless headset from a different brand here in the office that has the same mechanism, and it's extremely convenient to be able to switch between my laptop and my actual IP phone on my desk. So for anybody who's looking for a single headset that can be used on the fly, or in this case with just the push of a button, between their actual computer for their virtual meetings or their actual IP phone on their desk, this is just an absolute value here. And then, of course, you've got a mute button here, which I'm sure the device has a mute on it as well. But this is your mute button that you can hit on the fly if you need to mute yourself and you're not, and you can't do it from the computer quickly. As I had already showed you guys, here's the power supply, so now we know what that goes with. That actually goes with this here, as you can see here. It probably plugs into this like so. Yep. So that's your actual power for the base, which would actually charge the headset. So let's go ahead and put this thing on the base and see what it looks like. Okay, so it took me a little while to figure that out. I had to actually take this modular part, which I keep calling the active piece, off of the actual headset bracket that goes across your brow, and I had to turn it. The reason I had to turn it is because it had some contacts. Let's move this back so you guys can see that. It had some contacts here to be able to charge. So if you look at the base, as you can see there on the base, it's got the actual charging prongs there. That needs to connect up with this. So there you have it. It's pretty straightforward, kind of how that works. It just kind of sits on the cradle like so. I actually like it. I like the fact that there's no wires other than the power cable that I'm going to have go to it, but I can hide that under the table somehow. But I really like this kind of hands-free, not a lot of wires get up going on here. Definitely going to be my replacement headset for the one that I gave to my wife earlier this week. So here it is, you guys, the Discover Adapt 30 with me actually wearing this thing. It's actually really light. It's not as light as the headset that I use for my actual desk phone, which you guys may or may not have seen me do a separate review on. It's light. It definitely doesn't really feel like anything that's going to hurt my neck or be a burden or anything like that. This part is really easy to move. The cushy part of the headset here is actually extremely comfortable. It's like a pleather or like a fake leather type thing. The only thing that does seem kind of a little weird, if you guys can see that there, is I've never had a headset with a thing like this that sticks out like that. That's kind of strange, but I'm not actually sure what that's for, but that's definitely kind of weird. But I dig it. Let's go ahead and move this active piece to the double ear set, and then I'm going to let you guys see what that looks like. Oh, this is super comfortable, you guys. I dig this. So obviously, as I'm talking to you guys to the camera, I can visibly feel that, this is blocking out more external sound. So this is definitely nice for folks that need something that, is really high quality for video meetings and things like that, but will block out a little bit of sound, but not so much that you can't hear what the heck is going on. But this is comfortable. It's cushy. It's got good adjustment capabilities on it. Very comfortable. And this is very easy to adjust. It's very fluid. But it's not so fluid that when you're moving around or talking, it's going to fall up and down or anything like that. It's a real solid build, at least as it feels in my hands to me. So based on what I'm seeing online, the Discover Adapt 30, it looks like it comes in two variants, but I think they're more or less one and the same. I'm not sure. One says it's for desktop phones and quote-unquote computers for working from home. I think that's the one that we're working with in this video. And then another one says that it is the USB Connectivity Professional Bundle. I'm not sure. But it looks like this thing online ranges anywhere from about $239.99 to, at the very highest, $299.99. Again, I'll put a link in this video below for you guys to check out the current pricing and what details the different models have. I'll have both in there if they're different. You guys know me, I like to keep it real and keep it transparent, so I wanted to give you guys a few reviews that I dug up online. So let's see here. First review, great handset. This has been a great handset. It blocks out other noises in the office and the mic works great. Definitely would buy another one again. This person gave 4 out of 5 star review. They didn't say why they only gave 4, but it looks like they're saying it's got really good noise reduction, and they look like they're saying overall they like it and would definitely buy another one if they had to. The next review that I found says, a must-have for hands-free communication. Everything the ad says is what it is as described. Clear and crisp communication. If you have the need for a hands-free headset, this is definitely your answer. And this person gave 5 out of 5 star review. The last review that I wanted to give you guys was a 3 out of 5 star review. Static at the beginning of calls. This does have 2 sides instead of just one, so you can switch back and forth. Perfect for hands-free work. The static at the beginning of my calls is what I dislike the most, and it's why I only gave it 3 stars. To be fair, could be the way that the person has got this thing connected, or it could be this person's voice over IP provider. You guys know me. We've done videos on call quality issues for VOIP, and in my experience, usually when somebody's getting call breakup or static, it has nothing to do per se with your voice over IP provider, and definitely not usually your headset. That's something with maybe the way that your provider is set up or something on your network. So that concludes our review, you guys, of the Discover Adapt 30 from Headset Advisor. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. If you're somebody who is looking for something that is truly wireless, whether it be USB or Bluetooth, and you either like just single ear or you like double ear, or like me, you want the ability to switch back and forth between the two, as well as switch from your computer or your actual desk phone or IP phone, this is actually really awesome, you guys. I'm impressed. I'm definitely going to switch my video meetings and communications to this bad boy. Maybe I'll do a sound reduction video test in the future on it. But again, it looks like it ranges anywhere from about $240 to $299, so about $240 to $300 US dollars to purchase. Knowing what I know about headsets and having so many different ones in this office and having done reviews on many and many more to come, I can say the price that they're asking for what this is, I think is pretty fair. Again, I will have a link to both models of the Discover Adapt 30 in our description below. Again, big thank you to Headset Advisor for sending us this over for review. If you've got any questions on this headset or you'd like for me to connect you up with the boys and girls over at Headset Advisor to see if this headset or the many more that they have makes sense for your business, feel free to reach out to me. Also, don't forget to look below. I've got some coupon codes to help you get as high as 10% off of your order with Headset Advisor. So, as always, if you found this video helpful, please like this video. Please subscribe to our channel. We upload new videos every single week. Prince Rich with Rich Technology Group, your go-to guy for the best deals on business phone and internet service in the United States. I'll catch you guys again in the next video.